Wanted to take a moment to talk with you about the one thing you could do with your website that'll help make it a tool. You know, one of the great things about a website is that it is an employee of your church. It's working for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, doing an amazing job, hopefully, to get people to come to your church. And clarity is one of the big things about branding that'll help you just create things, marketing materials like a website that has a clear next step to help people take action. That's one of the big ideas with marketing that'll help you out the most, is that you need to provide a clear next step for people. Hey everyone, my name is Michael Persad. You are on Church Brand Guide, but we want to serve you as your communications director, a virtual communications director, to provide you with clear communication strategy, because I believe that confusion is the enemy of your vision. So I want to share a few things with the website, and you can see on my screen here, I've got just a brief layout here, but I wanted to share this with you because it'll be a game changer. If you're not doing this for you right with your website right now, this one thing that I'm going to talk to you about, then it'll make a difference for your church and getting people to show up on the weekends. Your website is a tool. It's a great thing that you can have and you should have, and you should invest into it to make sure it can be the best tool that it can possibly be, because it is the first thing that people go to when they check out your church. It's the first thing. That means it needs to be really good. On average, you can spend about $5,000 for a good website. That means not only a website that's put together, but one that has a really good platform. It's built well. It's going to work well on mobile devices, and it has a good strategy to it. That means the language, the photos, the icons that you're putting out there are going to be really good, because it represents your church. It represents who you are to the community. So make sure your website looks amazing, and this tip that I'm going to share with you is going to help you to make sure it's doing its job. The number one job a website has for your church is to get people to come to your weekend. That's the number one job. In fact, if you are thinking about a website that's going to serve your congregation, that's okay. It should do that to a certain level, but the number one job that a website should do, an effective website, is to help new people come for a visit. Because think about it. Your community that's outside your church, they don't know anything about you, and they're going to come to your website to find you, and it has to be easy for them. But your congregation, they've been coming to your church. So you can train them to look for emails for details about the usher meeting on Tuesday, but you can't train the new person that hasn't ever been to your website on how to use the website. So make sure the website does a good job. All right, so the one thing, here it is. The one thing your website needs is a clear call to action. That means a plan a visit button that's really clear on your page. It could say plan a visit. It could say I'm new. It could say for next step. There's a bunch of different language that we've seen different churches use, but you need to have a clear next step. That's what great brands and great marketing does. It provides people with a next step to help them with the problem that they have. So hopefully your website speaks to your audience and speaks to the problem that they have. Maybe they're lonely. Maybe they need purpose. Maybe they just need to find a greater sense of connection and belonging. Any of those things are really, really great. And I hope your website speaking to one of those three things, or something that your audience really, really needs. And then you have to give them a next step. And I will tell you that the best next step that we've seen is that people come to a weekend service. Because once they do come to a weekend service, then they get to experience your church. The people, the connection, the ministry that you have, all the great things you have, they don't get to experience that unless they come to a weekend. So make sure that is a very clear next step. Put that next step on the very top of your homepage, in the homepage banner. Have that button right there that says, I'm new, or again, next step, or maybe it's plan a visit. We like to use plan a visit quite a bit because it's so direct. In the upper right-hand side of your website, that's a great spot for your plan a visit button as well. And be redundant. Put it several different places on your website. Be redundant with websites, because think about it. People are scrolling through your website. So make sure you do that. Hey, I want to tell you real quick about a new program that I have released. It's a membership program, and tomorrow I start my first session. So I want to invite you to it so you don't miss out on that first session. But the idea is I can serve you as a virtual communications director to help you just do this stuff better. So the tips that I'm sharing on the website, I have a bunch more that I want to tell you about and help to make your experience better at your church for reaching people. And not only that, but really what I want to help you do is retain people, get people to come back. So I want to help you get more guests so that more life change can take place and that you can get more support. You need to get buy-in from people so that they donate their time and their money to the vision that God has given you. So it's a Zoom call. I'll be doing some coaching, just 30 minutes, one little thing at a time. It's not overwhelming. I want to do something that's very bite-sized so that you can execute it, see results, and then keep moving forward. So 30-minute calls weekly. And right now we're launching everything again tomorrow. Is the first one. I want to invite you to be part of the foundation of this. So as we're doing that, you're going to be able to have much more direct access to me. So jump in there. Go to churchbrandguide.com. There's a membership area. You can sign up and jump in on that. So once again, just let's wrap up with our conversation about the website. Your website is the number one tool that your church has for marketing. It's real estate that nobody else can control except you, your church. So you want to make sure that website does it well. If you think about it, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, anything else that you're using, they can change the rules on you, and they do change the rules on you. Facebook has changed the rules like a million times. It's really tricky to get that just right on Facebook, and just when you get it right and you get it locked in, they change the rules again. But your website is your website. Make sure it's right. Again, spend the right amount of money. This is the one thing you should make sure you spend good amount of money on to get it right. And it's not just about a beautiful design. That's part of it. It's about the right messaging. Make sure your website communicates the right thing to the right people and has the call to action to plan a visit, to come out and experience your weekend service and make it really clear, make it redundant. All right, guys, thanks for joining me today on this Facebook Live. My name is Michael Purcell with Church Brand Guide. Check out that membership on the churchbrandguide.com website. I'd love to see you there tomorrow as we kick things off at 1 o'clock in the afternoon Eastern Time. All right, take care. I'll see you next time.